Hey guys, it's Sam. Don't blink. Today's video is going to be another planner setup kind of situation, and 2 days ago I posted a video on this cute little pocket moterm, and I really wanted this to work, and I really thought that it would. I was like testing things out. I didn't just like jump in without trying a few things, but I found very quickly, unfortunately, that it just wasn't going to work. The Weeks is small but mighty, and the pocket is just small. I do not have tiny handwriting. The Hobonichi Weeks has forced me to write smaller than I normally would write, but I can't write small enough to make the pocket work well for me. Could it work? Yes, but will it work well for me? No. I feel like I have to abbreviate everything, and I was feeling immediate stress. So unfortunately, the pocket is going to be finding a new home, and that really makes me sad because it's really cute, and it was really portable, and I was really excited about using this little guy, but unfortunately, it's just not meant to be. So if you are interested in pocket size or you have super tiny handwriting, I definitely still suggest it as a planning system. It really is a great one. But if you have larger handwriting like me, or just a lot of stuff that you want to have with you, which is not me, I don't usually chunk up my planners, then I would still say that this would be a good option for you. Like I said, I just posted that video 2 days ago, so if you missed it and you're interested, I'll leave a link to that video below. Yesterday I started just, sitting down and living in this planner, and it was almost immediate. And I told my husband, who's so kind to always help me with the printing of all of these things, because I don't use a computer, and usually computers have the best results in printing. He is usually the one who goes through and prints everything off for me, and then I take care of the cutting and the punching and all of that. So after a marathon 2 days of all of those things for pocket, I sheepishly asked him if he'd be willing to do it again for the personal size. So I'm going to be using the personal size in conjunction with the Hobonichi Weeks. Now, the Hobonichi Weeks is going to be relegated to like a memory planner. I love the compact nature of this planner. And the only couple of things that I don't like about it are just really difficult for me. I don't like writing without lines. And although you can kind of see through and write on the grid from the other side, especially if like it's like this where you have nothing behind it, once you have like handwriting going on like this side of the page, and then you can see that through there, it makes it really difficult to find the grid. And it's just really difficult for me personally to write without a line. My handwriting starts to like go up or down, and then I think that it looks ugly and it stresses me out. So that is something that I really wish that the Hobonichi brand would change. If this grid was on this side, I think that maybe I could get past the fact that it takes a bit for ink to dry if you are not a ballpoint user like me. But it's like those two things in combination just stress me out after a while, and what was love starts to not be anymore. But if I'm sitting down with it like all at once, it doesn't bother me quite so much as like jotting something down and throwing the pages together and risking a disaster. So this is going to be fine for me to sit down once or twice a week and fill it in as what has happened rather than what I'm planning. And I'm going to force myself to do that. I usually kind of fall off the wagon with things like that because I am really like a one planner kind of person. But I do want to see this week's filled up for the end of the year. So all of that to say that I have moved back to personal rings. Right now I'm using the Filofax Malden. The only downside to this one really is the pen loop, which drives me insane because the pen loop holds like practically nothing. So for right now, I don't know if I'm going to continue with this, but for right now I have my Tombow marker. I change the color out every month in the pen loop, and then I just kind of have a friction pen here. This is the only friction pen that I have found that actually fits in this particular Malden pen loop. The Friction Biz fits a couple of my other Maldens in the pen loop, but this ochre has the tightest pen loop of all of mine. And this very slim friction, it's a friction point in 0.4, which I swap out for the 0.5 refills, is the only one that fits in that particular pen loop. I haven't decided if I'm going to switch out the pen or not because it's not the favorite of my pens. And then I have the nice metal champagne colored one, but I don't want it to like damage the leather. So for right now, I'm just using this plastic friction in 0.5, which you can get at, I think maybe Staples, Office Max, maybe even Target has them. So I've moved back to my planner wallet combination, which I honestly don't know how long I'm going to do that or what I might do with the pen, with the pockets if I change my mind about that, because I had been doing like the whole lanyard deal with my ID and keys, and that was actually working out well for me. But I didn't know what else to do with the pockets, and I was like, just go back to your love. So for now, that's what I have. I discovered last night, if you follow me on Instagram, that as my Malden sat on the shelf for, gosh, like 4 months now, I had $7 in there, so I'm feeling pretty good about that because I never carry cash, so that was definitely a surprise. I don't have anything stored here, and unless I have like a little bobby pin, nope, I don't have anything in this pocket here. This is just the like plastic, I don't know what this is called, flyleaf, yes, flyleaf that comes with, I believe, Filofax Originals. I don't know that the Malden comes with these, but the original line does, and I just have that protecting this vellum, which I got from Martha Plans, and then this wood grain with like this floral I picked up at Joann Fabrics. So this is just like my only decoration. I'm not a deco kind of person. I really like things to be functional and neat, and I'm just not all about the extras. So this is not going to be that kind of flip through. My first section in my dividers just has these cloth and paper sticky notes, but you have to use a permanent marker with these. But I do like the way they look when you have them down. I do plan to put some more Post-its maybe over here instead of over here, but last night I didn't have anywhere else to put it. And these are cloth and paper. I think these are the clear dividers. I don't go to their website very often, so I'm not exactly sure, but these work really well. They're really sturdy. I've had them for quite a bit now, and I really do enjoy them. And then I've just taken this same paper and put it between. Since these are clear, I don't like seeing through, being able to see my calendar or whatever in certain sections. So for this, I made them all the same. I just cut them with the wood grain like going vertically. And then for the first one, I just made it horizontal. I don't know why, no real reason. I just thought it looked interesting. My first section is inbox, and so here I just have a whole bunch of blank papers, and this is going to be where I put like my shopping list or running to-do list that maybe isn't anything really high level, but I just need to remember to grab it. Like I know I need to get, no, I don't even need to get shampoo. Well, I'll just go ahead and get both. So this is going to be the section I can spell and talk at the same time. I'm going to just, if I need to pick something up, I'm going to have that here. So that's just blank lined paper. My next section says 2021, and these sections, I rearranged them, but this is what I've been doing for a while now. I use my, oh gosh, what is this called? This is well, it's Dymo brand, and it says, I think, Letra Tag Express or something like that. You can find these at not Staples. Why do I always want to say Staples? You can find these at Target for like 10 bucks. I don't know where else you can find them. If I can find them, I'll put them in my Amazon links. But it's really easy to grab them at a Target. Actually, when I sat down to redo all of these again, my old one broke. So I had to do a Target pickup order yesterday to get another one. Here's another Post-it here. So this section is 2021, and this is where I have the yearly calendars. So this is a year on one page, and this is from Simple and Trendy Co. And it's just front and back for you to see the year at a glance. And then my monthlies, which I decided to go ahead and, let's see, let me get to a month that doesn't have a lot going on. Oh, that's how this looks on the paper. So this is also from Simple and Trendy Co., the monthly month on 2 page, and it has all this grid again, which I really like because I don't like when my handwriting gets all wonky. I do love the clean look of a month on 2 pages without any kind of grid or anything behind it, but I really appreciate, I think, the grid being there even more just for handwriting's sake. So I went with the grid. She has also the blank if that's not your thing, but this is the one that I chose. I really love being able to do printables because when you decide at the last hour to change your planning situation, they're there for you to be able to make a new planner and move on with your life, even if it takes a day. You don't have to wait for the mail, which is my favorite part. So that I have all of those loaded into the planner through December. I like to have a whole year of the monthlies. This is part of the yearly bundle from Peanuts Planner Co. And I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with this yet. I used to like track my work vacations and things like that. So I know I'll find a use for it, but I didn't fill anything out in it yet. So those are the yearly calendars that I have. The next section is my weekly section, and these are also from Peanuts Planner Co. Now this, like the Pocket, but I'll go ahead and explain it in case you didn't see the Pocket video, you can edit these files from Peanuts Planner Co. This one is not the same exact one that I was using in the Pocket. I wanted a little bit of extra room. So this is a freebie that you can only get if you're in the Peanuts Planner Co. Facebook group. And the difference is the boxes are shorter, and then you have a section here where you can put anything you want, and it's blank when you get it. So I had my husband label mine to do and list over here. And so you still get these, but even though the personal size is bigger, this section is shorter. If you got this for personal, obviously it would be bigger, but I decided I didn't really need these and these because this takes up a lot of room in your page. And I wanted my individual daily boxes to just be a little bit bigger so that I didn't feel scrunched, because I figured if I have like a to-do list that is bigger than like this, or I had a shopping list, I would put it in my inbox and keep these pages just a little less cluttered looking. So I did go ahead and print off enough that I back planned the month of February. And I always like to use, and I can't get away from using these no matter what else I've tried. I love using these Filofax rulers that you get with the Filofax originals, and they're clear, they don't get in the way too much, and I have just got really accustomed to being able to flip from the bottom or the top, and I know that this marks where I am in the month and this marks where I am in the week. And sometimes I even put one in the back, but I'm going to try something a little different and we'll see. I've been experimenting. This week I started these little stickers that I have from Carolina's Crafts, but I do like that this looks a little more consistent, and so I'll probably just do that. So I have the weeks through here, and I believe I have them through the end of March. I usually, generally in rings, keep the month I just finished and then the month that I'm in, just in case there's something that I need to reference. And then at the beginning of the new month, when April starts, I would take February out and I would have March and April, if that makes sense. The next section, I just have listed Sam. In the Pocket, I had made this wellness, but with the little label maker that I use, I can't get that many letters. So I just labeled it Sam. And this is where I have like my cycle tracker, any kind of symptoms that I have that I might need to talk to a doctor about the next time I see the doctor, you know, anything health related. For me personally, I'm going to have in this section. And I have these month on one page from Simple and Trendy Co. And I have this in here because I I just use little stickers for my cycle, and then any other little notations that I need to make in a day are also really tiny. And then any notes that I have about symptoms or anything different with my cycle or something like that, I would put down here in the notes section. My next section is trackers. So I have here, this is Avery labels. I think I picked these up at Walmart, and they're just like different gold tones. So there's gold and there's rose gold and silver. And then the one that I like the best is this copper color, and it's just really warm and I like it. So I have here online orders, and this was something that we printed probably a couple years ago, and I noticed after I put it in that it wasn't sized correctly. So I'll probably just have my husband go back through and reprint one of these fresh. But I figured even if I don't do it right now, like I tear these out pretty regularly, unfortunately. So I have this one tabbed, and again, I just took the same little label maker, and these don't go down as far on your page. They're more narrow in height, and I like that, so you don't have the sticky note like coming way down your page or have to cut it down or anything. So this is online order, and since I would reference this one probably more than others, I put the little tab there. This is an Afterpay tracker, which I think I am at the end of one, but obviously I didn't have that in here. This is a year in pixels from So Much Crafting, and I ordered this last year before I switched over to the Hobonichi weeks, and I'm going to use this for weather. And since I've kept up with my weather tracking in my Hobonichi weeks, then I'll be able to go ahead and fill this in. I just haven't had time to do it yet. And this would be something that I would probably go in. I'll do the high and fill it in with a color that I'll make a key for. And this would be something that I probably sit down maybe once a week or even less to fill in, because I don't keep a bunch of colors with me, but that I will, you know, fill in from time to time. The next tracker here that I have is it's kind of like a reoccurring task. I'm not sure if that's what it's labeled as. I think it's a yearly tracker. This is also from So Much Crafting, and I really like this one. And so these are the things that I only do every so often, like oil change in the car, those kinds of things. And then the next one is a monthly tracker, and I will be going back and filling this in from my Hobonichi weeks as well. Just haven't had time to do so. And I only have this for January and February. And then when the new month starts, I'll just go ahead and label that. This is going to be where I keep track of everything YouTube when I post. If I have any notes that I want to take about videos that I want to do or anything like that, I'll just jot them down for my inbox. And I'm trying to kind of pull away from focusing as much on YouTube and just moving to sharing when I feel interested in something. And so we'll see how that goes. I don't have a YouTube section because of that. The next and last section is my list section. This, I think, is the only thing that I pulled out of my Malden that I'm reusing just as it was. And this is just kind of, this isn't how it's supposed to be used, but I generally don't plan my meals in my planner. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I usually just grab like a plain piece of paper and jot things down. Maybe I could come to use this more, but this is where I've just jotted a general, if I'm in a funk and I need to think of something to make. These are just, you know, dinner themed days like Meatless Monday to just get me going with what can I make for dinner tonight or plan for the week. Then I have a movie log. Honestly, we don't watch a lot of movies, so this doesn't get used very often. Then is a book log, and I think here I'm gonna mark in this little space here if it's a physical book. I'll put a P here for physical and an A for audiobook, because I have been listening to books on Audible and really enjoying it. And then this is just like a blank checklist. And this is where I'm going to do like house projects as I'm researching, if it's purchased, if we finished it. So you have 3 little trackers. In this download from Peanuts Planner Co., you can choose between 3 and 5. They're both in the same one, so you can print out some of each. I've just decided for right now to just do the 3 checklist there. The book log and the movie log are also from Peanuts Planner Co., as well as the menu grocery list. And I think that's it. Yep, just a few of these. This is secretarial pocket, I suppose. And in the back pocket here, I have a Hobonichi A6 folder that I ordered this year with my Hobonichi order. And it's just filled with those little stickers that I like to use in my planner. And I just usually have them in like an envelope pocket that I've used for years and years. But I've been carrying them like this because they didn't fit in the weeks, and I just decided to tuck it back in here for now. I don't know if I'll switch back to that little pocket or not. And then I have the Hobonichi stencil in here, and that's just because in case I need to get like a quick line to separate something in half, cut washi tape. So that is my Malden setup. It's not completely done, as you saw, but there was a lot of work to kind of create this personal planner from scratch again. It's probably the most work I've had to put into a personal planner in a long time, but I just decided that I wanted kind of a fresh take on some things. I'd been stuck in a rut, just kind of leaving a lot of things the same in my planner, and I decided that there was a couple changes that I could make to make it just a little bit more functional for me. So that is my personal rings update. I'm not sure how often I might come in and update. I might update with a Hobonichi Weeks video from time to time, but I do believe that rings, it just feels more me. I love being able to change my mind and switch sections and pop things in and pop things out and try a new layout. It's just super, I don't know, it's just super me. And I do slit my pages so that I don't have to work within the pages as much. And I do really like writing on a flat surface and not worrying about being in a book to write. So I do like that as well. I'll try to leave a link to as many of these items as possible in the description below in case you were looking for a similar setup or if something here sparked your interest so that you can find it. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're new around here and don't want to miss out on future videos, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye, guys.